The speaker was mostly discussing the need to form a bridge and partnerships and how STEM education actually begins at the kindergarten level and extends, so it's a K-16 enterprise, and that the different units should be more collaborative in their approach to educating.
We have a different variety of students going through instead of just the white male that's going to go through higher education and then take the jobs that are available at the higher levels, as we have minority students, we have female students, and it was kind of cool how he presented it, because one of the things that I work with 5th grade, and I work with a low socioeconomic class, a lot of minority students, and a lot of students that aren't even thinking university. So one of his primary conversation topics was the idea that these students need more than one way to get there. When students get to a certain place, sometimes they're going to be late bloomers, and I look at my students, some of them aren't going to graduate high school yet. And so I'm hoping that 2 years after, when they should have, they'll decide, oh, I'm going to go back and try it again. Or they'll graduate high school, and then 3-5 years later, they'll realize, you know, maybe I should have been looking at college. And he was saying that right now there's not as many pathways for students to go back as what he called a late bloomer or a non-traditional student.
Yeah, overall the presentation was interesting, and it brings a lot of insight to the engineering education and how the students and faculty has to be trained, and how we need people in the community to do not only engineering. In addition to that, we have technicians and other people who has to be educated and given training within the community.
I think the biggest thing was that the face of education is changing, not only who we're educating, but how they're going to get their education. I think he was dead on. We need to improve the connections between science, technology, engineering, math, between what our students are doing, that it is all concurrent and it needs to go together, and that the future is changing and we have to keep up.